Rain hammered against the windshield so hard it sounded like grief knocking to be let in. Daniel Reyes, exhausted single father, kept both hands on the wheel as his daughter snored softly in the back seat. He just wanted to go home, until he saw her, a young woman sitting alone on the cold metal bench of a deserted bus stop, drenched, shaking, and gripping a torn duffel bag as if it were the last thing keeping her alive. Daniel almost drove past. He almost convinced himself it wasn't his problem. But then his 6-year-old daughter whispered, half asleep, "Daddy, you can't leave her alone." And those words changed all of their lives forever. Before we continue, tell us in the comments, where are you watching from? Daniel's life had become a quiet battlefield. He woke before dawn, worked until his bones screamed, and came home after the sun had already given up. His small apartment wasn't messy, just painfully tidy in the way lonely homes often are. A single pair of shoes by the door. A little girl's jacket hung next to a grown man's coat. A kitchen with 2 chairs, though one of them stayed empty more nights than he cared to admit. Grief lived in the corners. Every morning, Lily sat on her knees on the couch and talked to a framed picture of her mother, long brown hair, soft smile, the kind of eyes that made you believe light could be gentle. She'd passed away 2 years earlier, cancer stealing her breath just as she whispered, "Take care of them. Danny, take care of our baby." Daniel did his best. But his best always felt like not enough. He stopped listening to music, stopped laughing at old jokes, stopped believing life had room for joy. His world had reduced itself to survival, working, feeding Lily, keeping her safe, and going to sleep with a heart so heavy it barely beat. Tonight was especially brutal, rain flooding the streets, delivery shifts piling up, and his wallet nearly empty. He told himself he didn't have space for anyone else's pain. But pain doesn't ask permission. It finds you. The bus stop appeared in a flash of harsh headlights. At first he thought the figure sitting there was a mannequin, too still, too soaked, too pale. But when the car slowed, he saw her clearly. A young woman, maybe late 20s, hair dripping down her face, one arm wrapped around her ribs as if she were holding herself together. Her eyes were red, her lips trembling, her whole body shivering with a kind of fear Daniel recognized far too well. Lily stirred. "Daddy, she looks cold." "I know, sweetheart. Can we help her?" Daniel's throat tightened. Taking in a stranger wasn't safe. Trust was a luxury he could no longer afford. But Lily's small fingers wrapped around the headrest, insisting with all her gentle stubbornness. "Please, Daddy. Mama would help." The words cut straight into him. He pulled over. Daniel stepped out into the freezing rain. "Miss, are you okay?" She flinched so violently, he took a step back. I'm fine," she whispered, voice cracking. The bus is coming." He glanced at the digital sign. "No service tonight. Severe weather. There's no bus." She looked at the sign, lips trembling harder. "Oh." One single syllable, drenched in hopelessness. "Can I give you a ride? Anywhere?" She shook her head. "No, thank you. I don't want to be trouble." But then her knees buckled. Daniel caught her before she fell. "Please," she whispered, "I just need somewhere safe for a moment." Her name, when she finally whispered it, was Maya. And nothing about Daniel's world would ever be the same again. The drive was silent except for the heater blasting warm air and Lily humming softly. Maya held the blanket Lily had given her, a faded blue one that used to belong to Daniel's wife. He almost asked for it back. Almost. But when Maya clutched it tightly, eyes closing as if she hadn't felt warmth in months, he said nothing. At the apartment, she hesitated inside the doorway, dripping water onto the floor. "You can sit," Daniel offered softly. I shouldn't stay long." "You're safe here," he said, and something in his voice broke. Maya looked at him, and he saw it, something haunted, something bruised deeper than skin. Slowly, carefully, she pulled up her sleeve. Finger-shaped bruises ran up her arm. Daniel felt the room tilt with anger, not at her, but at someone unseen. "I left him tonight," she whispered. "I ran. I didn't take anything except clothes. He said I'd never survive without him." She swallowed hard. I almost believed him. Daniel's heart twisted. Because he too knew what it felt like to stay in pain, because you didn't believe you deserved better. Why didn't you go to family? He asked gently. I don't have anyone left. Her voice cracked on the last word. Daniel sat in silence. Then slowly, painfully, he shared his own truth. My wife. He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. Maya's eyes softened. I'm sorry. That must hurt every day. You get used to it, he lied. No, she whispered. You don't. And in that moment, two broken people silently recognized themselves in each other. That night, Maya slept on the couch. Daniel woke around 3 a.m. to find Lily curled beside her, small arms wrapped around Maya's waist. Maya wasn't asleep. Tears streamed silently down her face as she held Lily gently, as if terrified she'd break one more fragile thing in her life. Daniel didn't interrupt. The next morning, she tried to leave. I shouldn't burden you, she whispered at the door. You're not, he said. But she didn't seem convinced. It was Lily who stopped her. Can you stay just for breakfast? Please? Maya stayed. She made eggs and toast with the practiced carefulness of someone who had been yelled at for doing simple things wrong. Lily chatted excitedly, showing Maya her drawings. This is me and Daddy, Lily said. And this is Mommy in the sky. Maya placed a trembling hand over her heart. She looks very kind. She was, Daniel said quietly. And then Lily added, without hesitation, maybe you can be our friend. Maya's eyes filled again. I would like that. Very much. A few days later, Maya's phone lit up with a number she didn't want to see. Her breathing shattered. She backed into a corner, shaking violently. Daniel knelt in front of her. You're safe. He can't get to you. I'm sorry, she whispered, sinking to the floor. I'm sorry I'm like this. I'm sorry. You don't have to apologize for being hurt. She looked up at him through tears. No one's ever said that to me. Later that week, Lily drew a picture. A stick figure family of 3. Daddy, Lily, and Maya. Daniel stared at it too long. Maya saw it and nearly collapsed with emotion. You're part of our picture now, Lily announced. As long as you want to be. Maya pressed the drawing to her chest. I don't know if I deserve this. Daniel whispered, maybe you do. One night, unable to sleep, Maya found Daniel in the kitchen drinking cold coffee. She sat across from him. I used to think I'd never be safe, she said quietly. I still get scared. I still feel broken. Daniel's voice was barely a breath. You're not broken. You're healing. Her hand brushed his. Electric. Terrifying. Beautiful. She pulled back quickly, almost afraid of what she felt. So, did he. But neither slept that night. Weeks turned into months. Maya found a part-time job at a local bookstore. Daniel's smile returned, slowly, like sunrise after a long storm. Lily called Maya May May. Maya learned how to make Lily's favorite pancakes. Daniel fixed Maya's broken necklace, a tiny silver heart, using tools he hadn't touched since his wife died. They celebrated a small holiday together, lighting a single candle for Daniel's wife. Maya cried softly, not out of sadness, out of belonging. For the first time in years, Lily slept without nightmares. For the first time in years, Daniel laughed. For the first time in years, Maya felt wanted. Daniel began to love her quietly, terrified but honest. Maya began to love him loudly, in the way her hands lingered on dishes, in how she smiled when he walked in the door. Neither admitted it, but everyone could see it. It happened on a pale winter evening. Maya was returning from work, humming softly, a small bag of cookies for Lily in her hand. She didn't notice the shadow until it stepped in front of her. Her ex. Thought you could run forever? He sneered. Her breath died in her throat. He grabbed her wrist hard. She whimpered. You're coming home with me. No, she whispered. No, I'm not. He yanked her. She stumbled. And then, let her go. Daniel. He stepped between them, chest rising and falling, fury simmering below the surface. This is none of your business, the ex growled. It became my business the moment she walked into my home, terrified of you. Maya trembled behind him. Daniel, please don't. I'm not letting him hurt you. The ex lunged. Daniel grabbed him, holding him back with a strength fueled by months of grief, guilt, love, and all the things he'd never said out loud. Neighbors peeked out. Someone called the police. The ex spat. She belongs to me. Daniel's voice cracked like thunder. She belongs to herself. And she's safe with us. Maya felt her knees buckle, not from fear, but from the overwhelming shock of someone finally choosing her.
Police arrived.
The ex was taken away, screaming empty threats. Silence fell. Maya collapsed into Daniel's chest, sobbing violently. I'm sorry, she cried. I didn't want to bring danger to your home. Daniel cupped her face gently, wiping tears with trembling thumbs. Maya, you are my home. Her breath hitched.
No.
I'm broken. I'm ruined. You are the bravest woman I've ever met. Daniel. He picked up her necklace from the ground, snapped again in the struggle, and held it carefully. I'll fix it again, he whispered. No matter how many times it breaks. Her voice shattered. I love you. He pressed his forehead to hers. I've loved you for a long time. And for the first time in years, she kissed someone who made her feel safe. Lily peeked out from the doorway, sleepy and concerned. May, are you staying with us forever now? Maya cried again, this time from joy. Daniel met her gaze. If you'll have us, yes. Maya nodded, unable to speak, tears falling like rain in sunlight. I'll have you, she whispered. Both of you. Morning sunlight spilled through the new apartment's curtains, bigger, brighter, warmer. Pancakes sizzled. Lily bounced in a chair, kicking her feet. Daniel wrapped his arms around Maya as she flipped breakfast. Her necklace, fully repaired, rested over her heart. Lily's drawings covered the fridge. 3 people in every picture. They had a small backyard now. Maya planted flowers. Daniel fixed a swing. Lily learned how to push herself higher. Every morning, they passed the old bus stop on the way to school. Maya always squeezed Daniel's hand. Hard to believe this is where my life ended, she'd say softly. Daniel always answered the same.
No.
This is where it began. And Maya believed him. Because she had found a home, a daughter, a partner, and a future. Things she never thought she deserved. Healing didn't erase the past. It built something beautiful over it. And they built it together. Sometimes, life puts the right people in our path at the exact moment we're ready to break. Sometimes kindness is the single spark that turns darkness into dawn. And sometimes, the family we choose becomes the family that saves us. If this story touched your heart, let us know in the comments. Your words matter more than you think.